Hi, my name is Santi.
And my name is Natalia.
Welcome to Barista-wanna-be YouTube channel where we're gonna share our experience and knowledge about barista.
And today's our topic is about heart-shaped latte art.
And that's the most basic latte art for a beginner.
And that's the most easier to make.
So
let's get started.
Make sure you watch till the end of the video because we're going to share some tips, aka secrets, that we learned throughout years of working as barista. First thing first, know how to position your steam wand by submerging the tip of the wand just below the surface of the milk. Don't go too deep, no, just below of the surface. Now we're going to make a large latte, so the first thing that you need to do is to create the froth. You also need to ensure that the milk is spinning in a circular motion from the beginning. This is what we call the frothing milk process, and it happens very quickly. Listen to the hissing sound. Once you think that you have made enough froth, it's now time to bring up your milk pitcher slightly up from the first position, and this is what we call the heating milk process. You just need to hold the milk pitcher without moving up or down. All you have to do is just hold it and wait until it gets hot. Now the fun part, swirl your coffee first so the color is even, then position the cup at a 45-degree angle and swirling the milk around the espresso while filling it up until 3/4 full. Now stop and bring your pitcher closer to the edge of the cup and start pouring the froth in the middle of the cup. Lift it up at the end and pull it through. Let's have a look at the froth. It's a perfect amount of froth for a large latte. Well done. Next, we're going to make a small cappuccino. So again, position the wand just below the milk surface and start frothing. Welcome to the frothing process that will last very quickly. You need to ensure that the milk is spinning from the very first start. Once you think you have made enough froth, bring up your jug a little bit from the first position and welcome to the heating milk process, where you are not allowed to move your jug up and down anymore. Just hold your jug, and once it gets the desired temperature, turn it off. Then swirl your espresso, put some chocolate powder on it, and position your cup at a 45-degree angle. And while you're filling it up until 3/4 full, swirl, and now bring the jug closer to the cup and start pouring the froth at the center of the cup. Lift it up at the end and pull it through. Alright, now we're going to make 2 piccolo lattes at the same time by using a small jug. So position the wand in the right way and start frothing the milk. The amount of froth that I make is similar as making a small latte. Listen to the hissing sound and get used to the sound so that you'll know which stage you're at now. By listening to the sound, I know that we're still in the frothing milk stage. Once you think you have made enough froth, bring your jug up a little bit from the first position to sink the tip of the wand, and welcome to the heating milk process. Turn it off once it gets the desired temperature. Slightly bang the milk pitcher to eliminate some large bubbles, then pour half of the milk into another jug and put a dash back to the first jug. This is what I normally do so that I can divide the froth equally. So let's pour the milk. So this is how we go. We swirl the milk around the espresso and stop and pour the heart in the center and pull it through. Next, pour all the milk into the first jug, and we're gonna repeat the same process again. So position your cup at a 45-degree angle and you go swirl while filling it up until 3/4 full. Stop and draw the heart and pull it through. Perfect. Now look at these beauties. They have a perfect amount of froth for each of them. Now it's important that you always swirl the espresso before pouring the milk, because if you don't swirl the coffee, the color of the crema will not be even at the end. But if you do, it will make the color of the coffee beautifully dispersed. Once you master the heart-shaped latte art, it's time to jump into tulip latte art. Please click the link on the description for the tulip latte art tutorial. So, what do you think?
It's not hard, right? It's quite easy.
And practice makes perfect, guys.
That's true.
So if you find this video is helpful for you, please help us to like and subscribe down below. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye.